Hello everyone, my name is Havian, and today I'll be talking to you about Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. Over the past few weeks, small bits of information have been released, but it wasn't really enough for me to make a video about. Now that all the information has piled up, and with all this additional information that's been released over the past few days, it's time for me to actually get everyone up to speed. Some of this information might be a bit outdated for some people, but there's a lot of new information in here too, so it's time to get everyone onto the same page. The first major bit of news is 3 more characters are returning for Fatal Bullet. The latest trailer confirmed that Klein, Agil and Premier will be returning for this game. From what I could see, Klein will be using a rocket launcher and an assault rifle. Premier uses dual pistols and shotguns, and Agil has a grenade launcher and a Gatling gun. I'm sure the remaining characters that everyone's expecting will be revealed soon. They're gonna need some kind of news to share next month, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more characters. People were asking where these 3 characters were a few months ago, and here they are. But just relax. Have patience. And speaking of Agil, it looks like we know what he'll be doing in this game. He's the person that you'll be taking all of your unappraised items to for appraisal. I knew that you would need to take loot back to town for it to be appraised, but it seems like this will be Agil's dedicated role. When you kill enemies, there is a chance that they can drop equipment, and at times this equipment can be unappraised. When something is unappraised, the attack values and bonuses will be hidden, so you'll need to bring it back to Agil so he can appraise it and reveal these hidden bonuses. Appraisal costs credits, and from what I've seen, the bonuses and weapon powers seem to be randomized. So the same weapon can have completely different attack values and bonuses. Weapons can drop at various ranks, so appraised items may be able to skip a few of the upgrading steps that you would usually need materials for at Lisbeth's workshop. In Lisbeth's workshop, you can use materials to enhance your weapons or combine 2 weapons to transform them into a new one. Enhancing uses materials that drop from enemies to upgrade your equipment, and it looks like weapons can have multiple branching paths for upgrading. These paths may just use different materials to reach the same end result, or it could be possible that these paths could alter the weapon's stats. And from what I can see, on an enhancement, weapon rank, attack power and weight seem to increase. Transformation lets you transfer weapon bonuses called memory chips from one weapon to another. You start off by picking the base weapon that you want to add a memory chip to, then you pick a weapon that has the memory chips you want to transfer over. Weapons can have empty slots in them, so bonuses can be transferred over, and if the weapon that has been used as a material has a bonus that is already on the base weapon, that bonus can have its potency increased. The transformation costs a certain amount of credits and another secondary form of currency. I'm not sure what that second currency is called yet or how you obtain it, but just expect there to be a second currency needed for certain things at Lisbeth's workshop. Now that you know that memory chips are bonuses that can be found on weapons, there is something else that I've discovered related to the memory chips. Weapons are not the only things that can have memory chips on them. It seems like accessories can be found with memory chip slots on them as well. This means that things like headphones, that I assumed were purely cosmetic at first, can help with your overall build. I can't confirm if actual clothing has any memory slots on them too, but at least we do know that accessories do come with some kind of randomized stats attached to them. And for those of you that are wondering, there is an option to hide accessories if you like the stats but don't like the look, so no need to worry about that. Seeing all these systems work together makes me believe that this game will have a very deep loot system and a very deep upgrading system for people that want to create their perfect build. Even though you can upgrade and replace certain memory chip slots, it does seem like you'll need to get out there and put some work into finding the perfect base items and the right materials to make the best equipment. And since we're on the topic of loot, I finally know what the rarity colors actually mean in the current version of the game. In the previous videos I was trying to figure out what some of these tiers were, but if the rarity colors confused you as much as they confused me, then I don't blame you, since these rarity colors are pretty different compared to what you would usually expect. As of right now, the rarity tiers and their colors are grey for common, red for uncommon, blue for rare, yellow for epic, and green for legendary. I had to double check these a few times to make sure they're actually right, since these tier colors are so different compared to some of the other games that are out there. I have no idea how much of an impact rarity has on equipment, or if certain things are only found within certain rarities, but I'm sure that's something we'll find out soon. After reaching a certain point in the story, you can unlock something called Kirito Mode. In this mode you play through a Kirito focused side story that runs parallel to the main storyline. You take control of Kirito and you take part in the Bullet of Bullets tournament to battle against Death Gun. In previous trailers it was revealed that only the protagonist and Kirito would be playable characters in the base game, and I guess now we know the reason why Kirito is playable. You may need to play some kind of introduction into the Kirito mode, but according to Bandai Namco, playing this mode will be optional. And from the looks of things, the additional CG scenes that we've previously seen seem to be part of the Kirito mode. And this is purely speculation, but I have a feeling that if you don't stop Death Gun in Kirito mode, it could impact the main story, and choosing to ignore him could be one of those major choices that they've been talking about since they revealed the game. Another thing that some of you may be happy to hear are co-sleeping or bed scenes seem to be making a return in some way. As of right now, only Asuna's scene has been shown, but apparently there'll be scenes for Sinon and some other characters too. It has been said that these scenes will be handled differently between Kirito mode and the main game. It's been speculated that only Kirito will have scenes with the usual heroines, and the protagonist will only have scenes with the Fatal Bullet exclusive characters. As of right now, no romance system has actually been shown or mentioned, so the way you unlock these scenes has yet to be revealed. In Fatal Bullet, you can customize your visual appearance with outfits and accessories. It seems like you can buy basic outfits from shops, but it's also possible to craft certain special outfits at Asuna's outfitters. You can collect materials and costume recipes while playing the game. Then you can take those back to Asuna and she can create unique outfits, like Death Gun's outfit or Kirito's Fatal Bullet clothing. And in previous videos I've mentioned a few details on the Arthesis character, but now more detailed information about them is available. As I've mentioned in the past, you can fully customize your Arthesis, and it seems like they have the same appearance options as the protagonist. And one of the other things that you can change are the AI settings of Arthesis. The AI settings let you choose the types of actions Arthesis takes during combat. You can select things like attacking or healing priority, how Arthesis reacts at the start of battle, and combat style options that allow you to prioritize things like reviving team members. You can also change a few emote settings for Arthesis as well. You can set how they react to certain situations while you're playing. For example, you can pick how Arthesis reacts to completing a quest, or how they react to you meeting a friend. But the most important thing about Arthesis is the banking system. You can allocate a certain percentage of all earnings that will automatically go directly into the Arthesis savings. And that money can then be invested so it can build interest. You can also give some of this money directly to Arthesis, so they can use it to buy items and weapons for you while you take care of other things. I have no idea if Arthesis will continue to buy things for you while you're not playing, but it would be good if they did. Now it's time to talk about a few of the more minor things that I found out about the game. Starting off with the UFG grappling hook. We already know that you can use it to move around the map and to knock down enemies, but it can also be used to steal items and activate switches in the environment. When you use the UFG to knock down an enemy, they'll be stunned for a short period of time. If you use the UFG again on the stunned enemy, you can grab items from certain parts of their body. So far I've only ever seen the UFG knockdown work on flying enemies, but I'm sure once the game releases we can find other uses for it. And for the more competitive people out there, we already know the game will have PvP. But for the more PvE focused people, it looks like the game will have a ranking system for the amount of money you've saved, and co-op time attack rankings. I haven't really seen what kind of missions the time attack rankings will have, but I do hope the time attack rankings will come with a dedicated set of missions created specifically for time attacks, with rewards and leaderboards on some kind of rotation to keep things fresh. And finally, here are a few bits of information about the game based on what I've seen in the game options. In Fatal Bullet you have player cards that you can send to other people. I assume these cards will have a customizable character profile and any ranking information that you may have. And since this game has a friends list and a messaging system, I'm hoping it will be used for more than just sorting out your AI party members. So far this game doesn't seem to have the character roster on the level of the Hollow games, where you can party with any of the NPCs in the game. So maybe this time real players will be on your friends list along with the AI storyline characters. Only speculation, but we're going to find out about that soon. Another thing worth mentioning is optional voice chat will be available in the game as well. Voice chat was something that was available in the previous games too for multiplayer, but since this game is attracting a lot of new people, I thought it was worth sharing once again just so they know that it's going to be in there too. In the co-op multiplayer previews that we've seen so far, Arthasys was there as support for the player. If you want to go into multiplayer without support, it is possible to disable Arthasys joining you in multiplayer from within the game options. You also have the option to disable parts of the UI if you consider it too cluttered. That was actually a common complaint in the previous games, but it does seem like they're giving people the option to hide parts of the UI that they don't actually need. And well, that's all the important information for Fatal Bullet that I have for you today. I kinda left all this information to build up for a while, but since the release of the game is coming up very soon, expect to see a flood of Fatal Bullet content from me. And speaking of extra content, for those of you that don't know, I also stream regularly on Twitch. And now, since a lot of you have requested it, I've started putting my playthroughs on YouTube. So if you want to see playthroughs of games like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Dot Hack GU, Yakuza Kiwami, and Breath of the Wild, head over to my second channel that is linked in the description and on the end card of this video. That channel is also going to be where all my Fatal Bullet stream archives are going to be uploaded to as well. So drop over there and follow it if you can't catch me live but still want to catch up on streams on YouTube rather than on Twitch. And for those of you that do use Twitch, all the past playthroughs are still on there in the collection section, along with all of the live chat from the community that was happening at the time. I have mentioned it before, but I did create a Sword Art Online streaming community on Twitch for anyone that plans on playing Sword Art Online games, or for anyone that wants to find more people to watch. I plan on really kicking the community off when Fatal Bullet releases, but feel free to get in there early and drop it a follow. I am already paying attention to it and I am noticing a lot of familiar people inside of there already, so expect to see me do some community related things in the near future. But that's all the information I have for you now. But as always, when I come across new information, I'll be sure to pass it on to you. If you enjoy this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it if you want to see more. If you want to view my live streams, then follow me on Twitch. And if you want to stay up to date with everything I'm doing, then be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description. I'll be making some new videos very soon, but until I make those videos, I'll see you all later.